this question is for business owners. Just tell me, what will you do if you as a business owner, you have staffs in your store, and let's say one of those periods you went out for a conference or you went somewhere and you came back by 2:30 in the afternoon, working hours, and you found your staffs watching Netflix, two of them watching Netflix and making each other's hair during working hours? What will you do? So this is just a short story, or this is the gruesome experience I've had working with people. So last week I terminated one of my staff's employment. She has been with us for over 10 months to 11 months, and one of the key things that I love in my business, or I try to drive in my business, is ensuring that people I work with stay for a longer period of time and there is a low attrition rate. So I try to create a working environment, I try to build open door policy, I try to do most of those things. But while I was writing the termination letter of this particular staff, something occurred to me. I was the problem, and I'm just going to share 4 red flags that I saw and I ignored. I didn't deal with them on time, and it became a bigger problem at the end of the day, and it now meant that I was going to let this person go. But desperation is a bad thing for anybody, whether you as someone that needs people or as an employer or an employee. Desperation is really a red flag, because you don't make the best decisions, and negotiations are not always in your right set of mind. So you see people want to say, oh, I'm going to do anything, I can do this, I can do that, and at the end of the day they are not able to fulfill those things. So more than saying, oh, I need to fill in this position because blah 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 blah, this is what we're supposed to do, take your time. It's going to save you so much headache. Those are one of the issues I had. I think I really needed someone that time last year, and I just needed to fill that role in. Never ever work with people that don't have integrity. If somebody gets a receipt of 2,500 and they tell you it's 2,800, and you can see that difference there, don't ever make it about the money. It's not about the money. If you really want to dash somebody money, call them and say, I give you this, I give you that, I want you to take this. When people on their own decide to start inflating numbers, to change receipt, all of those things are integrity issues. And you think it's about those small money. Before you know it, things start missing in your business. Because I can vividly tell you that sometimes when I open these girls' WhatsApp stories and see some of the clothes, these are clothes that we are selling. I'm taking the lessons and I'm learning in the process. We're all learning in the process, and managing people will always be something you have to consistently learn. There is no one way around it, because you can manage one person. When you meet another person, there are new ways of managing people, because people are actually different. But you want to set the ground rules, and you want to ensure that you're not doing more than you're supposed to do. See red flags, always give feedback about them, always mention it, always have a conversation. So the day that incident happened, I just walked in and saw them doing their thing, and I was supposed to say something, guys. I was supposed to say something, but I didn't, because I thought, okay, it's just once in a while. And then secondly, something I've been telling myself that I think that has ruined some of these things for me was that I can't have it all, right? I'm doing my business, I'm working, I'm doing a lot of things, so you can't have it all. So just manage what you can manage and all of that. Just concentrate on what you can handle. That's a bad position, because what happens is that you start letting some things go and you lose sight of the reason why you're even doing the business you're doing in the first place. So I think that was one wrong mentality that I had, and now I can see what the consequences are, and I'm actually taking responsibility for this, because I did my best. See, it's not about SOP. I know a lot of times they talk about setting structure, SOP. I had all my documents put together. I have all of the documentation you can talk of. I got a HR company, Marvel Advisory, to set things up, and once in a while I brought them in to speak to the staff and all of that. So I really did my groundwork. I really did it. But people's personalities are going to be people's personalities. When you have one staff that over a period of time they were doing well, at some point they lost interest in the work, and you can see that they lost interest in the work in the fact that they are not able to meet targets, they are not able to meet goals, they will never finish a task, their to-do list is always incomplete, they will always forget the things they're supposed to do, they will not remember like you can see that this person is actually being laid back in the business. Let them go, because what happens is that you keep letting it go, and it starts discouraging the people who are actually doing the work, right? And before you know it, you're going to lose good hands, because you're not able to control one person. So I think that's another consequence learned. Another thing is to set boundaries. On your goal or your will or your thought or your plan to be the coolest boss ever, set boundaries. if you don't set boundaries, people are always going to take more, and at some point it becomes entitlement. So when you don't even do those things anymore, it becomes a case of, oh, you're supposed to do it. It's not because you're doing it because you want to do it, it's because you have to do it. And so if you're not able to set those clear boundaries, as much as you want to have that community, build collaboration, build an open environment, set boundaries. I'm going through the consequence now because I have to fill in this role, and it's been like when you have somebody on a role for a long time, to fill it in, their expectations and all of that. But I'm even happy that I took that step now, because the damages would have been more. That is the story for today, and I hope you would have learned one or two things. And if you're going through this already, take this advice from me, let it go. Just close up for 1 week or 2 weeks or 1 month till you get the right person for the role, because the consequence later is going to be a lot more. Let it go.